Yo, what is up? So you may or may not know this, but I am currently in Amsterdam for a big esports event where the top FIFA players in the world are battling it out for a spot in the FIFA E-World Cup. And it is awesome because I love this community and I love esports and I have nothing but respect for how hard these guys work to be good at their craft. Which is why I was honored to be interviewed by my good friend Kalen Carr, who continues to get better and better at his craft as the host of The Movement, which is a great YouTube series that you should definitely check out, especially the interview that he did with Zlatan. I'll put that link in the description. But you gotta do all that after you see our conversation at PAX East in Boston earlier this year.
I've seen people from all walks of life and beyond here. What's been your impression?
Well, my impression is that I can kick it on beanbag chairs with you. Super cash, probably the most casual interview I've ever had in my entire life, and everybody's cool with it. So the acceptance level at this event is next level, and you're encouraged to be yourself. And I don't think you can say that a lot in real life.
What was your first impression when you heard about EMLS Cup, or just EMLS was the thing?
I believe that it's really important that EMLS exists. It's a gateway to a massive amounts of growth for the sport in this country. You get MLS attention that they wouldn't get otherwise from a community that's quite large online, very passionate community. And now you get players that I believe need to be marketed in a way that as heroes, because we have some incredible talent in this country, or North America, let's say, that should be on Ultimate Team teams, that can provide value in this game. And now that this exists, that they're making that happen. Now the second part I would add is to have MLS associated with PAX East is incredibly important. You go hit that main floor, and as you wade through all the eccentricities that, as you were mentioning, and all the incredible personalities that are walking around, the fact that MLS is on the main stage for their final and it's being treated with the same type of respect as Fortnite or any other big games that are going on is incredibly important. And I hope this continues to push on because I believe we're witnessing history with this first event. For better or for worse, I'm the Ryan Seacrest for EA's global events, so I get to see this on the global scale as well.
I love that.
Yeah. I've tapped into this incredible community who are very supportive of each other and want this whole thing to grow. And I believe it starts with what's happening now. You plant the seeds for this growth. But we're talking about individual players playing for teams. They're representing clubs in MLS. Well, what happens when you blow that out and you have to have 11 players? What if you had one player playing every position on the field taking on another team, and you put that in a stadium or an arena or whatever you want it to do, and you have a crowd? I mean, it could be unbelievable. And if that does happen, I want to be center back for Sporting Kansas City. I'm just throwing that out there now. You can be any age when you play video games, and I want to get back in, and I want to be a Hall of Fame video game player for you guys as well.
Wow.
It's easy.
So
life is simple.
It's a new lease on life for you.
That's it.
You've been in on the ground floor of this movement to YouTube and the digital space. Yeah, there we go. Sponsored by AT&T. Plug, sweatshirt. Let's go.
Oh, AT&T, I didn't even know. AT&T sweatshirt. If you watched me from the beginning, it was very clear that I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying really hard because I wanted to be good at it. But as you know, with our first career, it just takes practice. It's thousands and thousands of times. Hours, 10,000 hours, right? And I just needed to do that, but it was really hard and frustrating because I wanted to already be there. I wanted to skip all those steps. Once you accept that that's not how it's gonna be, then you just take that pressure off. I'm like, all right, I just gotta go through this. Ultimately though, I think the power of YouTube and social media is the democratization of having a voice and having a platform. It's been really empowering to have multiple platforms to tell your story and to show off your personality.
I've seen you in a bunch of cities doing pickup games, often with AT&T, but often just on your own. And it's amazing to me to see a simple tweet and hundreds of people show up. And you've got fields full of players. You know, we've gone from real or physical football to digital. And you've taken digital to real as well.
What I love about it, and I've learned this along the way, I've probably done about 90 to 100 of them around the world. It doesn't matter what size you are. You can be short, you can be tall. It doesn't matter what class you are. You can be poor, you can be rich, what you believe in. When the games start, nobody cares about that. If you have a good first touch, you're on my team because I'm the bear's hungry, the bear wants to score. So for every tweet I put about hey, I'm gonna be in Boston doing this game, I get about 30 other tweets going, when are you coming to my city? And it's just taken on a life of its own.
Or how do you find your path post-playing? Because we're all sort of finding a path. I'm searching for mine as well.
Of course.
And what has given you the courage to take a path that maybe not everyone else, especially who've played at the level that you have in the World Cup, have gone?
I announced my retirement, and 45 minutes later I got an email saying we want to represent you for your media stuff. Now, I had the benefit of writing articles as a player. So I wrote for Sports Illustrated for 5 years and ESPN for 4. I guess there's an art form to it, but it took me many, many years to find that voice. And even then, on TV, in the studio, I just never felt comfortable. Maybe because my suits were too big and I looked like an idiot on camera. I was just trying to find my way and figure it out. So when the YouTube opportunity came, I wasn't all that familiar with YouTube. I didn't know how much personality you could put into it, but I knew that if I moved to New York and just took a shot at it, I was going to get a lot more repetitions on camera than I was going to be on TV. And I needed those repetitions. I needed to feel comfortable. I was depressed after my career ended because the only thing I was ever identified as was a soccer player. That's how my parents knew me, that's how my friends and family knew me. But
you were in a World Cup.
I was in a World Cup too.
I watched
yeah, it's crazy.
For the national team legend, so
I had to just go, you can't skip steps. And I thought when I retired, because I played in the World Cup, everybody's gonna wanna work with me. Oh, dude, this guy's great. Like, be prepared that you have to start at the bottom no matter what you do. You might think, oh, I'm gonna get this job, that job. No, you're not. You gotta start from the bottom and you gotta earn your respect again. You've done it once before, so lean on that.
No, well, you've charted the course, man, so
Yeah.
much respect.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
No problem. So what did you think? I think that I talk too much, but the benefit of that is that I'm bound to say something smart eventually. So I think there are a few things that you could take away from this. Like, one, if you're feeling depressed, please go talk to someone, because when I was feeling down and going through a tough time, I kept everything in. I didn't share how I was feeling, and I felt like that put a lot of strain on some of my most meaningful relationships that I know wouldn't have happened if I had just had an outlet to get some things off my chest. 2, Kalen Carr is the real deal, and I'm very proud of how far he's come from being an ex-pro like myself to what he's doing now. So please, go give him some love on his movement videos. Tell him I sent you. And again, I'll put the links down below. And 3, that is it. That is all I got. So be on the lookout for an onslaught of World Cup programming on this channel coming very soon. And if you want to see what I'm doing here in Amsterdam, go to easportsfifa.com/Twitch. Pretty sure that's it. The festivities are going to start at 6 a.m. Eastern on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be a fantastic competition to see who qualifies for the FIFA eWorld Cup. I wish I got to play in that, because then I could put that on the resume with my World Cup. And yeah, I'm dropping that I did something cool one time in my life. So there's that. Anyway, I'm out of here. Later.